Okay, stand by. 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, everyone. Today is June 26th, 2023, and we'd like to welcome you to our monthly Miami Beach Senior Affairs Committee meeting. My name is Debbie Quaid. I chair the committee with my co-chair, Oscar Lorente from Mount Sinai Hospital. Our mission statement of the committee is to be advocates for the betterment of our seniors by promoting the physical, emotional, and social well-being of adults aged 55 years and older living in our diverse community of Miami Beach. Today, we're going to have a fabulous presentation by Chief Mestis, Juan Mestis, the Deputy Fire Chief from the City of Miami Beach Fire Department. And in the background, we have Shari Lipner, who's the Division Administrator, Deputy Emergency Manager, the City of Miami Beach. And we're going to talk about hurricane preparedness. Before we do that, I'd like to do a roll call of our members. Council Towers South, Natasha. Federation Towers, Magui Benitez. Good morning.
Good morning.
For Freedom's House, Emilda Thomas.
Good morning.
Good morning. Rebecca Towers. Anna, is Anna with you, Louis?
No, she wasn't
Okay.
able to come.
Stella Maris, Gabby Baglito.
Good morning.
Good morning.
In
Unidad is represented by Larissa Calhill. Is
She's out
Larissa
as
here?
well.
Okay. Carolina, has Carolina joined us this morning? Yes, I
Yes,
see. Good morning. Thank you for being here. And from our Hispanic Affairs Committee Chair, Carmen de Torre. Good morning.
How are you, everybody?
how are you?
Jewish Community Services is represented by Jessica Perez-Wellick.
Absent, she's homesick today.
Okay. And Mount Sinai Medical Center, my co-chair, Oscar Lorente, who's on a wonderful adventure traveling somewhere.
Yeah.
Good morning to everyone, and thank you for bringing our valuable information back to your seniors and for representing the community.
And
With
we
that,
have 6 members present, Chair. We have a
Pardon me?
quorum. We have quorum.
we have a quorum. Okay. Well, then let's do approval of the May 22nd, 2023 committee meeting minutes. You've all had a chance to read them. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from May?
Yes. Mhm.
Thank you.
I
Hi.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Unanimous approval of our May 22, 2023 committee meeting minutes.
I have Magui as the first and Carolina as the second.
Okay.
6-0. Okay.
All right. And now I would like to introduce to you the Deputy Fire Chief from the City of Miami Beach Fire Department, Chief Juan Mestis. Thank you for joining us and tell us all the great information for our hurricane season coming.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm glad you said that I had a wonderful presentation without actually seeing it. You're a very trusting person. But I'd like to have at least a very informative presentation. So let me go ahead and begin by sharing my screen. Okay, does everybody see that?
yes. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Very good. I'm going to go ahead and start with the presentation itself. Okay, very good. Hurricane season, as you probably all know, starts on June 1st and it goes on to November 30th. So, 6 months out of the year, we're sitting here in hurricane season. And it just started. We've already have 3 named storms. Thankfully, they've gone by us. But still, even though, as you see here, the forecast is for an average season, here it is, the middle of July, or rather June, and we already have 3 named storms. So sometimes the predictions are good, sometimes they're not so good. But the bottom line with this is that you only need one. Hurricane Andrew was one by the name. Andrew in mid-August or late August was only one, the only named storm that year, and 1992. And you can see how much damage that one caused. So again, it pays to be prepared. And a couple of things. Right now, there is, I hear somebody in the background there, if you have a question. I'm happy to answer anything while in the middle of the presentation. Anyway, so again, right now we have a tropical, maybe a tropical wave or a tropical depression, and another one forming in the mid-Atlantic. Absolutely no hazard to us right now. One of them is, I believe, Chris, which is heading north in forecast to soonly to dissipate very quickly. So again, those two are no worry to us right now. And then, as you see here, a tropical wave is just a bunch of showers. Tropical depression is, as they start moving up, then they get named as they become tropical depressions. Tropical storm is 39 miles an hour higher, and then a hurricane is 74 miles an hour or higher. And then a lot of you were here during Irma. And Irma, as much as windy as it got and as much damage as we got from Irma, it really only hit Miami Beach at tropical storm winds. It didn't reach hurricane winds. So you can imagine what a Cat 1 would do, Cat 2, Cat 3, Cat 4, Cat 5, like the one that hit the West Coast, Fort Myers last year, caused an immense amount of damage. And the reason I bring that up is because evacuation is so very important. And as I go through the presentation, I want to make sure that we pay special attention to evacuating where we really need to evacuate. So the 3 steps to being prepared is have a plan. And part of that plan is getting in touch with your neighbors, and it'll come in the next slide. And then have somewhere to go when you evacuate. The shelters themselves are just a place to stay. They are not a place to plan on being there long. So again, plan on staying with family, plan on staying with a friend if we evacuate, but please make a plan to do so. We don't want anything like what happened on the West Coast last year. Build a kit, we'll talk about that. And the last thing is stay informed. As you see there, MB Alert, and we'll tell you how to get in touch with, be part of MB Alert, is gives you alerts all the time, weather, traffic, any kind of information that is valuable. We do it here in Miami Beach. We have a very effective communications department that handles all of that. So again, we're going to try to get you enrolled in MB Alerts and also enrolled in the evacuation program. Okay, so this slide has a lot of information on it. So, and you guys may hear an alarm going on behind me. We're in a fire station. The Emergency Operations Center is in a fire station, so you may hear some background noise, and this just the fire trucks going out. All right. So I'll leave it up there so you can read it for yourself. And as I read it, I won't read it to you, but if I find something that I think it bears emphasizing, I'll go ahead and bring it up. Okay, we spoke about the support network. We spoke about making a plan. We spoke about how to evacuate, where you go, and we're going to go a little bit more into that as we go through the presentation. And something that's important. The thing is, once you get off the island, you're good. All right. So you don't have to go 100 miles away. Just plan to get off the island and have a place inland, at least 10 miles, that you will be relatively protected from the storm. And again, practice your plan. Just recently, about 2 weeks ago, we had a tabletop exercise with a lot of the elected officials, a lot of the staff here from Miami Beach to, talk about and go through our plans for evacuation. It was a very successful exercise, but then again, it's an example of what you should do. You not only have a plan, but practice that plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So building a kit, we have in the information that we give out, you can see here just little thumbnails of what you should have in it. Phone and charger, very important. And if you can get one of those portable chargers that you don't need, you know, kind of a battery thing to charge your phone, you know, nobody, you know, 30 years ago, we just used the landlines. Nowadays, nobody can live without, you know, the phone. And you know, some of the generations are always just looking at the screen and not looking at anything else. But again, I fit the senior community myself. I'm 67 years old, and I'm sorry, I'm 68 years old. But again, I find myself always looking at my phone. So I'm no better than they are. All right, so these are some of the things that you should have in your kit. Next
Yes.
one is important documents that you should keep in a waterproof container. And then again, you know, whether you put it in a Tupperware or anything else, you know, have it near you. So, or at least have the plan to put the information in those containers, because, you know, a lot of times we keep all that separate, or in a plastic bag, a waterproof plastic bag, so you can go ahead and take it with you if you have to evacuate. That's all important stuff. Not to say that it can't be replaced, but as you well know, nowadays to get anything replaced takes like a major act of Congress. So again, make sure you take that with you. Okay. Have at least 1 week of medications with you, and that goes along with the records to keep. I don't mean the medications, but the second part, copies of prescriptions, and make sure, just like you do your groceries, rotate your supply of medicine, and know the plans of your medical providers. So if they're going to be, you know, here, if they are on the beach and they're going to be evacuating, make sure that you have secondary plans for that. Okay, so as you see the title of this slide, stay informed. There are no evacuation centers on Miami Beach. Why? Because we're in an evacuation zone. It would be no good to have people evacuate inside an evacuation zone. And like I said earlier, stay with your friends, stay with your families, but it's very important to make that plan first. And then what you see here is the third bullet, is that not every evacuation center is open at all times. Once the storm is headed our way and they start opening the evacuation centers, they will make an announcement as to where they are. There will be on all of your television channels. You can see which ones are open. And then that's if you have your own transportation. If you have your own transportation and you choose to stay in one of the centers, then, you know, you'll have the address for them. If you go ahead and choose to go on one of the buses that go to each one of these buildings, then they will take you to wherever it is that, you know, is, you know, I don't want to say more convenient, but more effective at that time. There may be one that you prefer that you may be not close to, but they may take you to that one. And the last bullet here is the emergency evacuation bus pickup points. And I have that on a slide. It's not on this presentation itself, but it's available on our website. And I believe it's been sent to Louis. So Louis, myself, Sherry, any one of us can give you the evacuation points. I see you nodding there, Louis. So, okay, we're good. All right. So evacuation assistance. It's very important that if you need transportation to evacuate, that you register with the EEAP program, Emergency Evacuation Assistance Program, as you see there. They can provide transportation, take you to a shelter. If you have, you know, obviously nobody on this presentation right now that I can see on the television is bedbound. So that if you are stretcher bound and need to be taken to a special care shelter, then you can register there. And what we do is that, and it'll come on the next slide, but what we do is we check twice a year to make sure that, you know, people that need that transportation haven't moved out, are living elsewhere, that kind of thing, so that we want to make sure that they are still there So we make a call twice a year to check on anybody in Miami Beach that is available to move.
If I have a question,
Sure.
the Emergency Evacuation Assistance Program, is that Miami Beach? How would someone find their phone number or website?
That's on the next.
Next slide.
Oh, great, thank you, sorry.
That's you're clairvoyant. There we go. So there it is. It's 311 emergency evacuation program, and you can call and register. And then what we do is that again we're checking twice a year. When the order for evacuation comes, the first people that are evacuated are the people that need evacuation assistance, that are on a stretcher or are electrically dependent. So what we do is, with the help of our CERT members, they themselves assist with making the phone calls to the people that are on that list and check to see, okay, are you there? Do you want to be evacuated? Because as much as I try to make this an important thing, a lot of people choose not to be evacuated, and we can't just kidnap you. We have to, go by your wishes. And if you want to be evacuated, we'd be more than happy to do so, but we can't make you do that. And again, we don't want what happened on the West Coast, so we're making a very strong push for people to register and evacuate. And Debbie, you were saying something about, you mentioned, is it a Miami-Beach program or is it Miami-Dade program? It is a Miami-Dade program, but what it is, Miami-Dade Emergency Management Program. But what happens is each municipality, Miami Beach, for example, has access to that program. So we know the people that are registered and we help them. They, as you can tell from previous, storms, they are pretty much overwhelmed once a storm is starting to come in. So what we do is we help them out by making those phone calls through Miami Beach Emergency Management to make sure that we take care of our own people. So it is run by Miami-Dade, but we have a very, very big part in how the program runs.
Chief, may I interrupt for just a second? This is Sherry. I'm the Deputy Emergency Manager for the City of Miami Beach. It's very, very important that if you think that you will probably need assistance, to do this as soon as possible. Make the phone calls now. Get yourself set up and registered with emergency evacuation assistance. First of all, this is how you can determine if you're not sure you need assistance. This is how you can determine it. If you go back to the slide before, there's a listing of what the requirements are, and there may be something that's not listed here that somebody at the county can help you with. If you have serious mobility issues, if you are homebound, if you are unable to get to one of the bus stops, the emergency bus stops, to get to a shelter, if you have very specific medical needs, obviously, if you're bedbound, electrically dependent, like those people who are on dialysis or on on an oxygen system that requires electricity, anybody who's electrically dependent. And if you require daily assistance, by the way, if you have if a person has an attendant with them, the attendant is required to evacuate with them to wherever they're going. So, and all of that is covered once you sign up for the program. Now, on a lower level, you can sign up for the program strictly for the wellness checks. They can, you get calls twice a year. You get calls when a storm is coming. You get a call after the storm has passed to see if you're still there. If you say you didn't evacuate, we will, depending on how overwhelmed we are, we can call and check up on you afterwards. But again, it is strongly recommended that you make any arrangements possible to evacuate when a storm is coming. And I see that Debbie's hand is up.
Thank you. If you have a loved one in an assisted living facility or a nursing home, would that be the facility's responsibility, or do you talk to them?
Absolutely. And thank you for bringing that up.
Okay.
Thank you. The nursing homes and assisted living facilities, and any of the facilities that are that are run by ACA, the Healthcare Association. They have their own procedures. They are required by law to have evacuation procedures, to have backup generators, and to take care of certain things. So anybody, if your loved one is in a facility, speak with that facility to find out what their plans are, so you have peace of mind and you know that your loved one, that there is a plan to take care of your loved one.
Just to add to what Sherry said, we have a list of ALFs and nursing homes with DEM. And what we do is at the beginning of every season, we check in with them to make sure, number one, where the address is, and get an idea of how many patients they have, whether or not they're compliant with the state law, because they are by state law, have to have generators so that we don't have tragedy that happened in Hollywood a couple of years back. So they do have to have generators and a plan, like Sherry said, and they are responsible for evacuating all of their patients. Now, one of the things that is in our, I want to call it our wheelhouse, but it's not really our responsibility. But one of the things that we do when we're in the middle of evacuating is check in on them to make sure that they are doing it, and that if they need assistance, we will try to provide it to evacuate the patients. Because it is a business and it is their responsibility, we don't want them to depend on us, but certainly we're not going to leave anybody behind just because, you know, the facility itself is not capable of doing it. So again, we're very much on top of that, even though it is not our direct. Listen, everybody in Miami Beach is our responsibility, but these people are not in a nursing home are not our direct responsibility, but we will certainly take care of the issue if it pops up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. And with that, we have questions. Anybody have any questions? I know that we spoke about it through the slides, but you know, please, if you have any questions, Sherry and I would be happy to answer.
I did want to add something because, and I take the blame because I set this presentation up. I dropped a slide that had the information about how to register for MB alerts. And the way you do that is, if you know how to use your text, the easiest way is if you text the word MB from Miami Beach, MB alert, ALERT, to 888-777. And you will get notifications on your phone, and it will very clearly say either 888-777, or if you save it in your phone, or you have somebody that is really good with their phone that they could save it as MB alerts, you'll know that it's from MB alert, and it will give you updated information. And you can sign up for things like just weather information. You can sign up for traffic information. Oh yeah, the Chief Messis is holding.
I'm trying to do it, but with a virtual.
You're gonna have to stop sharing your screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's his cell phone and his MB alerts. But 888-777. And if anybody has any questions about signing up, they can call our offices at 305-673-7736. And
what office would that be?
that is the office of, that is the Division of Emergency Management, DEM, for the city of Miami Beach.
I have a question. I was told years ago that if you put in your telephone under people, ICE, I as in case of emergency, ICE, and whoever you would want to be contacted in case of emergency, that firemen, policemen, anyone in that line of field knows to look in your phone and look for ICE. Is that a fact or not?
I guess that's directed at me.
Anybody, Juan, or yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Chief.
I don't know.
You don't know. So you've never heard look in somebody's phone for ICE, ICE. Okay.
When I worked for the county, because prior to my role at the city of Miami Beach, I worked for Miami-Dade County, there were some commissioners that were pushing that. So it is kind of popular. I actually have ICE people saved in my phone. But if there's an emergency, and firefighters or paramedics can get to your phone, chances are they're not gonna, if you have a password or something on your phone, they're not gonna be able to get it. It's not as practical as it sounds. It's a nice idea. But I think we live in an age where people aren't that trusting, and I know our paramedics are not gonna grab somebody's phone.
No, and people have lock screens also, so
lock.
you know, it's kind of hard to get past the lock screen without the password. Well, it's impossible to do it, especially when you're in an emergency situation. So that's probably the last place that the medic's going to be looking for information.
Okay.
We're taught to look through the person, you know, if the person's unconscious and or cannot you know, talk to us. We're taught to look at their medications, and by looking at their medications, we have an idea of, you know, what their illness is, and therefore, you know, get treatment, but not so much as to who we contact in case of emergency and that kind of thing.
And another thing I read recently, I'd like your opinion on, if you're in a hazardous situation, and you don't know that you're going to have cell life left on your battery, to leave your new voicemail message as to where your location is and what your situation is, so that if somebody's trying to call you, even if the battery's dead, they'll be able to get that voicemail message.
So you're saying to call somebody you know?
No, to change the voicemail on your telephone.
I
And
see.
have your voicemail say, I am stranded in the Everglades at mile marker 43, or wherever you are, because once your cell phone dies, somebody trying to call you is still going to be able to get the voice message.
That is something, again, that I have not heard of. By the way, I also work in urban search and rescue, so that's the kind of thing that we do.
Okay.
And it's not something that we, you know, are normally taught to do. A lot of what you're saying is just, you know, somebody, you know, obviously that's smart, that wants that information in there so they can look. But I don't think, well, I can tell you from my own experience and my own training, that is not something that we're taught.
And since you do search and rescue and things like this, I know it's a little off topic, but what is your recommendation when someone's car goes into the canal? This is something that seems to be happening quite a bit. My dear seniors hit the gas instead of the brakes. And I don't know, there used to be a little tool to get the window out. You don't open the door, you do open the door. I know it's off topic, but please, if you have information for us.
Well, my training, and I don't think, I mean, I received training quite a while back. My training is to, you know, remain calm and let the water come in. And then once the pressure equalizes between the water outside and the water inside your car, then you can open the door. You know, listen, it's very hard to open a door to begin with in the water. And I would certainly, you know, begin by unfastening my seatbelt. And if I couldn't open it, try it first. You're just going to have to wait until the water fills the car and the pressure equalizes. But it's not something that, and you know, that kind of thing also gets updated all the time, like you were saying. But again, the latest that I've been trained is that let the water come in, let the pressure equalize, and then open it up. And then I don't know how many, you know, here have done any kind of work underwater. Things are a lot lighter underwater, and they're easier, but still opening a car door is not the easiest thing to do. But then, you know, you ended up in the water anyway. So once you're there, then it's a matter of just staying as calm as you can, so you can
Thank
go
you.
and have your
All right,
wits
so getting back to hurricanes, do we have any questions? How to be better prepared? Does anyone have any questions?
No, everything is very clear. Thank you very much for my.
I'm sure we appreciate the contact information. Anyone who needs to register for the Emergency Evacuation Assistance Program. If you need more information or have missed some of the information, please reach out to Louis and he will provide you with anything that you might need. Reminder, MB Alert, MB Alert. You text MB Alert to 888-777. Do we have any other questions?
Nope.
No. All right. Well, Chief Messes, Sherry, thank you so much for giving us your time this morning. Get back out in the field and do what you do best, keeping us all safe, and have a beautiful week. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Chief. and Thank you, Sherry.
So, pretty interesting. Please, please, please get your kits ready, get your Band-Aids, get your supplies, have them handy, get your canned foods and so on. And remember, wherever you go may not have anything for you, so be prepared. July 2023, calendar of events. Do we have Kevin and Lucy here from Parks and Recreation? I see Kevin.
Good morning. How are you? Yes, I'm here.
Hi, welcome. Good to see you this month. What's exciting in Parks and Recreation?
So the most exciting thing we have for sure has to be our senior summer bash, which is on July 13th coming up. Yes, it will be at the convention center, but we will be changing ballrooms. Our last event was in the Grand Ballroom. This one will be in the Sunset Vista, which is on the convention center drive side.
Okay.
Yeah, this is very important to note because a lot of times they just go, to where the event was last. So we try our best to promote the change in rooms.
So it's not Washington Avenue, it's Convention Center Drive.
Correct. And the entrance is between 18th and 19th. We will have staff standing out there. So to let them know, we'll also have the freebie in case they do show up to the other side. We'll have the freebie take them over to the entrance on Convention Center Drive.
So by the Botanical Gardens, Kevin, right?
Yeah, a little further south,
Or a little south from the.
Mm.
like right across from the park, basically.
Got it.
Okay. And that again is July 13th from 6 to 8.
Correct.
And is there a place where they have to register?
For the most part, I reach out to the senior centers, and I'm in communication with the managers there, and they send me a list of people who would like to participate, and that's how I'm able to send the buses out and figure out how many people they have attending. We're planning to have about 800. We're prepared for 800. So.
Okay, so people like, I know Ray Breslin and his husband like to go every year. They're not a member of any of the senior housing, although they're seniors. How would someone like that register?
They're able to come in and show up to either North Shore Park, Flamingo Park, Scott Rakow, any of those 3 locations to register in person, or they can also send me an email and I can register them that way.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Kevin, what's the time on this? Did I miss that?
6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And the
Always
sign up
a-
started on the 21st. We still have plenty of space.
I'm sorry, what'd you say on the 21st?
The sign up started at our parks on the 21st.
Okay,
I'll send the flyer to the committee. Chair.
great,
Fantastic.
thank you so much. And do we have our calendar of events for Flamingo, North Shore, and Scott Rakow?
For North Shore, which is basically the Unidad, we do have it out. For Flamingo and Scott Rakow, we have the classes at Convention Center. So that didn't change. We still have dance usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. at the City Hall conference room. I'm sorry, not Convention Center, City Hall. And Wednesdays and Fridays, we have Tai Chi, 9 a.m.
And where is the Tai Chi?
Also at City Hall conference room.
City Hall Conference Room. Is that the first floor room?
Correct.
Okay. Perfect. Well, we thank you for providing the seniors with so much entertainment and so much activity. And I know a lot of these programs keep us all nimble and stretched and able to continue walking. So we appreciate the work that you and Lucy do for us. And that's it. Thank you.
Of course. No, thank you guys for having us.
Thank
Okay.
you. Mhm.
Update from the Office of Housing and Community Services. Do we have Bianca here this morning?
Bianca was not able, or is that her?
Bianca Montenegro.
Yes, by phone. Mhm.
No, she told me she was not gonna be able to join us, but she will send me the flyers for the food distribution in the
Okay.
coming days.
For the upcoming food? All right,
Yes.
please send her our regards. Bianca does an amazing, amazing job with the Housing and Community Services program. So we look forward to seeing her next month. And she will be giving us the updated food distributions. Yes, Louis?
Yes.
Upcoming meeting dates. We have Monday, July 24th. We have Monday, August 28th. Sometimes in the summer, we do take the month of August off. So you committee members can decide if you're going to be traveling or available. September 25th, Monday, October 23rd, Monday, November 27th, and Monday, December 25th. I'm sure we'll be canceling that one for the holiday season. Topics for June 2023 meeting. One topic is the Police Neighborhood Affairs Division. We'd like to hear from all of you if you have a topic you'd like to have brought up for our seniors.
That one I came up with, Chair, because I know I've been talking to Magui about safety around
Yeah.
Federation Towers. So I wanted the committee to get to know, the police will talk about it further, but the city's divided in three neighborhoods, basically, three large neighborhoods.
Mhm.
South Beach, Mid Beach, and North Beach, and the chief has designated a neighborhood affairs officer for each neighborhood. So I was hoping to get all three of them to come and talk to the committee, since we have senior buildings and all throughout the city. So that-
Much activity.
Great,
yes.
great. Well,
Thank
we'll
you.
segue that into a report. Council Towers South, I don't see Natasha.
No.
But Federation Towers, Magui, you want to give us your monthly report?
Yes, everything is good over here in Federation Tower. We have the same classes of musical appreciation, Bible lecture, and also we have Zumba. And starting this month is bingo on Friday. So we have a lot of opportunity to meet each other and to share and to exercise. So still having the same problem with the security and the gate and everything, but all of us are good here. So
What
no
is an
problem.
update on the gate? What's going on with the gate? Louis, do you have any information? Nobody? So the management company has not told you anything more?
No, not as far as I know. No.
And so because of this, some of your facilities are closed on the weekend. You can't do laundry.
Yes.
You are not, because it's exposed to all the unauthorized people coming in. Did you ever get a cost on what it would cost to replace this gate or fix it?
No, because they told us that it's $12,000 that has to be spent to fix the gate of the parking lot, and they don't have the money. I don't know why, because this is a building that collect all the apartments rents and everything, and I don't have. Also, we are closing the office on Friday at 12 noon. So from 12 noon to Monday at 8 o'clock, we don't have anybody in the office, and everything is closed. So we are completely, alone here without security.
And you can't do laundry and you can't go into any of the community rooms
No,
because
Nothing
they have
else.
to keep the building on lockdown because of this. Carmen, I know that the Spanish Affairs Committee was talking about this also. Anything that anybody can do to help get this gate?
Yeah, dear Debbie. This Thursday, July 20, we have the event. Of course, all are invited, the Simón Bolívar, and we have a lot of surprise news. The main theme is Bolivia. So last year was Peru. The other year was Venezuela. Now is Bolivia. So all are invited. There are going to be so many drinks, so many dance, so many, I love when I'm in charge, me in one of the events, all is going to be very fun. It's going to be at 10 in the morning.
Where?
In Collins Park.
From the 20th.
I'm going to send, opportunity when Leonor send me the formal invitation. Of course, I'm going to share with all of you, but you can save the date. Is Thursday, July 20, 10 a.m. in Collins Park. And also Carolina and me is still with the birthday. We need all the help you can give us. And we're still with the birthday, with the, the special occasion, etc. So Carolina is a very, very hard support for me, David. Well, you are the best. So
Now
well,
I
this
noticed
month,
there was.
if you see the Facebook, all June was my birthday celebration. So I was busy.
And how do we get information? I noticed I saw on Facebook somebody had a 108th birthday that was celebrated. How can we get information where you're going and whose birthdays and so on?
Yeah, if you want, I give you in your mail. I send all the information you can share with everybody. But I think we are going to create a special page. Macarena, my daughter, she's going to help me. Talking about only the seniors, the birthday party, the birthdays occasion, something like that. But I'm going to share with you. Don't worry. And with Liz.
Okay. And anyone who wants to assist in the buying of the cakes and all of those things that I think in time we might be able to get some community support for that.
Yeah, the gift card or, something, any penny counts, any gift card counts, and for example, if one of you want to say, Carmen, I have the time, I want to go share with you to visit some person, we are very happy to allow us. So, more hands, more lovely hands is better always.
Thank you. All right, 4 freedoms, Anilda.
All right. No, everything is okay with the building. I have nothing to mention. And we keep having our social events over there. Okay. Everything is fine.
Good.
Good.
Good to hear.
Mhm.
Gabby Stavamaris.
Good morning, everybody.
Good, Gabby.
Everything is okay here, but we would like to know if there is a possibility of improving the transport service for the trawlers, since the steps are very high. And the seats are very, not very, but uncomfortable. But the way most of the drivers are very friendly. It will be possible, Luis, to invite this company to tell us it's possible to get better transportation.
Oh, so Gabby, Chair, may I?
Yes, please.
So Gabby and I talked about this, and she was suggesting that, and I mentioned to her that the city's going through the solicitation process of changing the trolley system or improving the trolley system because the contract with the current company is about to expire. So maybe what we could do is bring in the transportation department to give us an update on where they are in the process, what they're looking at, because I know the commissioners have also given some direction to perhaps even look at electrical cars, changing the cars, because right now, as Gabby said, that they're very bulky, they're, very environmentally detrimental. So maybe that could be a topic. I don't know if we would choose between police, because I don't think we can do both topics, because I know security is a big issue. And then this would obviously, transportation's another big issue, traffic, things like that. So up to the committee.
I think we need to do it in 2 separate meetings, but Gabby, the issue right now is what again?
What?
What is the issue now? What are you asking for?
Well, to get them better transportation.
Okay. All right.
So maybe, let me do this. If the committee allows me, I can look into to see if the police department's available, if they can all come out this in July, then I'll go with police. And then
Okay.
hopefully the process is further along with the trolley service for August. And if we decide not to meet in August, we can do it in September.
Great.
And maybe we'll have more information then.
Sounds good to me. How about you, everybody? Fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it, Gabby? Anything else?
No,
Okay.
for now, no.
Larissa, Unidad. Is Larissa? Yes, I see you.
That sense. She's not.
Larissa?
No, she's not.
Oh, no, she's not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I saw her there. Carolina.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi.
Morning.
Now, no, I'm work with Carmen, in the birthdays planners, and we need maybe the support. But anyways, Carmen sent the email, for this point.
Yes, I think if you can keep us informed, I know there's times when maybe my schedule has an opening at the same time you're going somewhere. I'd love to join you guys. I'm always up for a great party, especially when you two are involved, and celebrating our seniors' birthdays. And for those of you that don't know, this is a project that Carolina and Carmen took on. There's many seniors in our housing or in Miami Beach that do not have family, that haven't celebrated a birthday in years. And this is just to let these people know that they're special, their birthday is special, and bring some joy to them. So it's a wonderful project. And I thank you both for taking the time, the expense, and the care to really brighten somebody's day. It's amazing. So yes, keep us informed and love to go with you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Carolina and Carmen. Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yes, excellent.
Fabulous. I don't see Jessica or Oscar here. Is there anyone that I have skipped? I don't think so. That's our reports from everyone.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Debbie, yes, Debbie, it's Marjorie.
Hi, Marjorie. How
Debbie?
are you today?
Yeah, now I've been on the meeting right from the beginning. Now I asked Louis if I could make my announcement for the Alliance for Aging, and he was supposed to send all of your members the flyer. But I have already been to all 6 of the senior buildings, left the flyers. I've been to a lot of groups, but I want to invite everyone personally to come this Thursday, June 29th at 10 o'clock at the library on 22nd Street. This is for the Alliance for Aging 3-year master plan. It is very important that everybody comes and tells what we need in this community, or we won't get any money from Tallahassee. So like I say, all of the senior centers have the flyers, and I didn't know who was on this board. Now, you said Oscar is away, so he won't be able to come.
Louis is going to also get this to every one of us. He's got it up on the screen now for all of those of you on Facebook that are watching also. Please make note Thursday, the Miami Beach Regional Library on 22nd Street from 10 to 12. And Marjorie, like you said, if we don't have any input, we're not going to get any funds from Tallahassee to help with the many programs. So if you have a success story, if you can talk about a program that's helped you and improved your quality of life, anything that you would like to bring to this meeting. It's very important. It's only being held once. So please try to mark your calendar. I'll be there, Marjorie, so I'll see you on the
Oh,
29th.
thank you. Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and it's not just the directors of the centers, the residents can come. Like you say, if they had complaints, or I just heard you can't get into the washing machines or things, whatever you have to say. And I have people from all different organizations all around the county. See, it's done everywhere in every municipality, but I'm responsible for the one in Miami Beach. So as many of you can come, I really appreciate it. The other thing I want to say is I didn't know Larissa is part of this board, but every Friday at 10 o'clock, we've been at Unidad with free adult art classes. And this coming Friday, the 30th, is the exhibit, which we'd like people to come in, see what the students are doing, and if any of you like art, you can be part of the class when we start up again in September. So this is 10 o'clock Friday at Unidad. Two of my events came both the same week, but that's fine.
that sounds great. So we get to see all the art that's been produced. Fantastic. Friday from 10 to 12. You don't have to register to go in, do you?
Oh, no, it's open to everybody. We have the school board member coming. We have the principal of the adult education from Feinberg Fisher. We have some of the elected officials. One Commissioner Tate said she's coming. I hope some others will come, but I invite everybody.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Marjorie.
Carmen did. I saw you at the event from Mexico. I didn't realize to give you this flyer. I was giving it out to other people. I know I gave it out to Liliana, but I will come to your event for July 20th. Whatever Leonora does, I always try to be there.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Magui, you may want to bring that gate issue up at this meeting.
I'm sorry?
You may want to come to the library on the 29th and bring up the gate.
I want to appreciate the opportunity to the library to give us the place to perform last Saturday in Zarzuelas y Olé. That was a soprano and a tenor, and also the Miami Beach Senior Chorus singing over there last Saturday. That was a beautiful performance, okay? So thank you very much, Miami Beach Regional Library, okay? So I have to tell somebody else to fix our gate. So let's see, we are trying, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie, thank you.
And thank you, Marjorie, for bringing that up and for joining us this morning.
Yeah, and the reason why I said it's Marjorie and Truffles, she's my pussycat, and she's an honorary member of every board I'm on, so she's sitting right here beside me.
Thank you. All right, Louis, I think we're ready for your report, and then we can close.
Great. I'm just going to be really quickly. We're continuing the conversation with Maggie regarding the security of Federation. I'm also working with Gabby. She at the last meeting mentioned that they need water fountains on the beach walk. The next city commission meeting is going to be this Wednesday. And then there's going to be a special city commission meeting on July 6th at 4 p.m. to discuss break 2024. So the commissioners are wanting to plan for next year during March. And that's basically all I have. Still working through the vacancies at Blackstone and Council Towers North. So pretty quick update from my part.
Thank you. Does anyone have anything you'd like to bring up? Any new business, anything we have overlooked, or any comments? No? All right. Well, thank you all for joining. I need a motion to adjourn our meeting. Our next meeting is Monday, July 24th. Do I have a motion to adjourn today?
Aye.
Aye.
Second,
Aye.
Aye.
and Nilda.
Yeah.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Yes.
Unanimous approval, Louis. Meeting adjourned.
10:25 a.m.
Pretty.
Okay.
Everyone
Okay,
have a
goodbye.
wonderful week. We'll see you
Bye-bye.
around. Thank you,
Bye.
Mark.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Ahora sí sácame. No sé, salir de esto. Mi comité de media hora quedó con